Hey folks, Papa Boris here, playing some more leaders. We're up against Komaima. Not sure what that means. Oh, they're from Russia. I don't know what this would be in Russian. Anyways, let's see. We're up first here. We have 3 good characters up on the draft. And, it's so boring, but I think I'm going to take the Illusionist just because this one has such a big impact on the game. And even though it does mean giving my opponent the Slippery Vizier and the highly mobile Rider, I think I'm going to take my chances with the Illusionist. Because with this in your opponent's squad, there's just so much random crap you have to keep track of. And, it's one of those things where, like, if I were playing expert mode, I'd probably just ban this character a lot, simply for him to not be in the game. Now, it's interesting here, my opponent has an Embarrassment of Riches. The Royal Guard came up, and then the Claw Launcher behind that, so I'm guessing they're actually going to take the Claw here, yep. So that actually means that the Rider and the Vizier are still here for me, which I am really pleased about. The question is, what am I going to do with my life? Let's see. We move up with the Illusionist, because what else is there to do? I have to really think about whether I do the usual step up with the leader business, because my opponent could, like, move here with the leader, Royal Guard here, move the Royal Guard here, and then pull up the Claw. It's a really aggressive, fast start. But then again, you know what I've got? I've got the Vizier, so we're just going to do this. We'll pause there, grab the Vizier. I'm not sure which side to stick them on. All right. All else being equal, let's stick them close to my own leader. And now, gosh, there's so many good characters. We have not seen any of the bad ones. No Nemesis, there's no Archer, no Assassin, no Protector. So all those kind of jankers are still on the deck, so I don't even know what my opponent's going to take. Probably, I guess, the Hermit and Cub, because it's just the strongest. But they could go an all-out blitz mode here and, like, grab the Acrobat. Ooh, yeah, Acrobat right here would be very strong because you could jump in like this. And if I put a piece here to block the final jump, then the Claw can come up. Yeah, my opponent's just getting an all-out blitz type of situation here. Maybe taking the Vizier was too passive. Maybe I should have taken actually the Acrobat in order to stop my opponent from getting such a strong start. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have messed this up. Well, we'll do the best that we can here to damage control. There's so many things we have to keep in mind. I think this is a critical square because the Acrobat can jump here. The Acrobat can also, of course, jump here. It's rough. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I think we just keep it super simple, I guess. Let's go here. So the Acrobat cannot jump to this square by any means. We're going to slip around here with the leader. I think I don't die, though it's close. It's really close. Royal Guard here. If the Royal Guard could get here, that would be game over with the Claw. But as it is, I think I'm okay, so we'll do this. And now the question is, do I take the Hermit and Cub, or do I take the Rider? Because I do need some offense, and if I give my opponent the Rider, my opponent just has all of the offense. On the other hand, I think I just got to take the Hermit and Cub here. This is a little too good not to take. The question is, where do I put the Hermit? Where do I put the Cub? The usual questions. Can't put anything there, of course, because the Claw could get at it. If I put the Hermit on the same side as the leader, I'm guessing my opponent's leader would just go the other way. But I think I'm okay with that. On the other hand, if I put the Cub on this side, the Cub's not really being all that defensive over here. Kind of want the Cub to be, in the middle, protecting the king. Okay. I don't know if this is the right move or not at all, but we'll stick the Cub here. Oh, God, the Brewmaster. Yeah, so, it's one of those things where you could say my opponent had the advantage because he got to draft twice, but I did take the Illusionist and the Vizier first. Those could have been, like, I think, the Acrobat and the Rider. I could have taken more aggressive pieces. Now I just have a lot of defense and no offense. So it's going to be a very tough game to survive. And yeah, again, I lose to people under 200 routinely, so the fact that my rating seems to be a lot higher than my opponent's, I don't think is all that significant here. So yeah, it looks like my opponent's doing the jump with the Acrobat, which is completely reasonable. Okay, moving in with the Claw, makes sense. All right, well, we just have to try to survive. So if I put my leader here, it's worth noting that my opponent could move his leader here and then summon the Royal Guard back here and step up. I don't think any other piece could touch me then. I don't think so. But that is very scary to contemplate, of course. I think we just have to keep making progress with the Vizier and the Hermit very slowly while surviving off of the slipperiness of my leader. My Illusionist also is doing absolutely nothing here. And my opponent does take the Rider. Uh-oh, yeah, I didn't think about this. Ew, so now if I go here, I do lose because the Rider jumps up and then the Royal Guard comes in for checkmate. So I'm in quite a pickle over here. Quite a pickle indeed. I mean, I could put the leader here to be safe from the Royal Guard, but then the Rider just comes in. And the Vizier's slipperiness is limited somewhat if, you put your leader on the edge of the board. Yeah, Cub here, given that the Rider was in play, maybe would have been smarter, because with a Cub here, I could have at least put it here and stopped the Rider from going there. So the fact that my Cub is here instead of here is actually a really big difference. Now I'm going to have to make some uncomfortable moves just to survive. All right, well, nothing for it here. We step back with the leader here. We bring the Hermit and the Cub, forming a kind of wall-ish. The Rider does get to move up here, which is uncomfortable. The Vizier really doesn't have anything reasonable to do other than step up. And now the question is, can I make a really crazy move with my Illusionist and go into this gap? I mean, I'm technically not losing. Oh, man, I think I messed up, though. I shouldn't have let the Acrobat jump here. Oops, the Hermit should probably have been here instead of here, not giving my opponent's Acrobat the jump. I don't lose on the spot, but then once the Rider gets in here, I am in a very uncomfortable state. Swapping with the Acrobat doesn't help. The Acrobat can still jump in. Oh, gosh. I think I lost this one just entirely in the draft. So after the Acrobat is here and the Rider is here, do I even have a way to survive at that point? That's the real question. Oh, God, I missed this jump. I missed this jump. My leader should have been... I don't know if I could have swapped places with the Cub. Yeah, just putting the Cub here was just, I think, maybe what lost me the game. After the Rider goes here and the Acrobat is here... With the Rider just threatening to simply walk in for checkmate, do I have a way to live? It'd have to be like some weird line where I put the Hermit here and the Cub here and I run in here with my leader. It's not great. But my opponent can also put the Royal Guard here and stop me from running out that way. I could put the Illusionist here and then move off the Illusionist here and like run my leader there. The problem is that then with the Acrobat here, it still doesn't really work. Oh gosh, I think we're gonna lose this one, folks. I don't see a way out of it, unfortunately. We're just gonna have to hope that my opponent makes some kind of a strange mistake. Maybe I still put the Illusionist here just to stop the Royal Guard from getting that close to my leader, and we just confirm and hope for the best. So yeah, this has been a very informative game because with this game we can see how if you just take a bunch of quote-unquote good characters like the Vizier, and oh my god, I get to recruit a character. Oh my god, I completely forgot that I get to recruit a character. Oh my god, so I do get to block this jump. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, I'm still in the game. Still in the game, folks, although I probably shouldn't have moved the Illusionist like this. Yeah, clearly I should have kept the Illusionist because now the Claw can step in here. And then the Rider goes in here, and now I'm very threatened. But that was completely preventable. I guess the Royal Guard moving in here also would have sucked. But yeah, it still is not as bad. Oh, my God. I can't believe I forgot that I got to draft another piece. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Okay. Well... My opponent still probably got me beat here, but with luck I can survive another turn. His leader is just completely safe. Okay, so my opponent's playing pretty smart here. What they're doing is they're blocking the opportunity for my leader to run out the back. Okay, and they're keeping the Royal Guard here, which is also very smart because it stops me from using the Illusionist to swap with the leader and then having the leader run out. This way, that doesn't work. So, well, there's nothing really to do here. We just go up. Actually, the Hermit. Does the Hermit move? You know what? Maybe there's a way. All right, I didn't even see this, but we'll try it. We'll give this a shot. I think if I put the Hermit here, I could do this weird slip like this. Then I put the Brewmaster up. to stop the claw from checkmate, of course. And the illusionist has to stay put, otherwise there's checkmate. But now I have a chance to maybe pull the illusionist up, the hermit up, and run out the back. And maybe by some weird miracle I can survive this game. First of all, I mean, I don't even know how I'm winning this. I do have one offensive character here, but you know, who's the other character that's going to help with the checkmate? That very much remains to be seen. And also with this positioning of these three characters, my leader can't run out even with the vizier. Now the good news is that I have the hermit and cub, so the cub can go here, and then we have a kind of stalemate where the rider can't get in and my leader can't get out, and then we just, you know, sit there forever. And this is one of those things is like, how do you deal with that situation? Because, you know, neither player has the incentive to budge, basically. And yeah, like because I have to keep all my pieces in, like if the Royal Guard stays here, I have to keep all of my pieces here in order to prevent checkmate. My vizier cannot checkmate all by himself. My leader can never get out. I can never improve my position. So yeah, I mean, it's just, is it a draw? I guess the Royal, oh no, well, the Royal Guard can like slip around the back, and then the acrobat can slip down. But then of course, if once the Royal Guard moves, my leader can get out. So now I have to actually consider moving the illusionist here and having my leader just zip out this way. I think that's what I gotta do. There is another possibility. I could brewmaster the illusionist here, swap with my leader. My leader then still gets his move, but the problem is that I can't checkmate. The vizier is one space too far away. And I don't think this is actually good for my leader to be here. Well, God, I have 2 minutes to think about it. Okay, so my illusionist is here. He has used his move. My leader is here. I can't checkmate because my leader would be the only checkmating piece. If I just put my leader here, I lose because the claw shoots up to the leader for checkmate. If I leave my leader here, technically all I have to do is block the... No, the Royal Guard teleports back and checkmates. No, I don't think that's it. Actually, okay, hold up. Hold up. I think if my leader runs here, I lose because the Royal Guard steps up for checkmate. Right. That's not good. Okay, so then I think the other way of doing it, which is what I originally was thinking about, is I just do this. I run here with the leader. Then the Royal Guard is the only piece touching me. I close ranks with the Brewmaster. And the Cub. So it's actually an interesting question. Obviously, I can't move the Hermit because then I checkmate and lose. But the Cub is an interesting one because if I move up the Cub, my opponent has the option now to move the Claw and use the Rider for 2 spaces, whereas the Cub here only gives my opponent's Rider 1 space to travel. Is the value of the Cub being here, is there like the Cub here have some, because remember, the Cub can't checkmate. Does the Cub have some sort of value here? I could step up and swap with the Illusionist. All right, I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna try that. And obviously we're not moving the Hermit. And then where does the Vizier go is the question. So I'm not sure that it matters that much, but in this game you should assume it usually matters. I think I'm going to put the Vizier here, and the reason is that if the leader runs this way, I do have a checkmate with the Cub Illusionist swap, and my opponent could of course put the Claw up to stop that, but I think I'm fine with it. Let's go here. Let's go for the more threatening positioning. Now my opponent could still move the leader this way. Like I'm trying to stop them from moving the leader back, but they could go here. They could summon the Royal Guard back for defense, and then I could swap the Royal Guard with the Illusionist. But then because the Vizier is here instead of here, I don't have checkmate. But I think if my opponent does put the Royal Guard back, then I'm fine with that, because I can move the Vizier here and just get ready. Okay, so my opponent is putting the Claw up to stop the Illusionist swap with the Cub, and my opponent is also using that aggressive move with the Rider. So maybe I will rue my life choices. And my opponent doesn't actually have to move their leader. They could. Okay, they choose to move their leader, which is very reasonable. But also I think if they do this, they lose. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. This is why the Illusionist, you know, I kind of suffered all game with my opponent having all these mobile pieces. But this is why the Illusionist is such a good piece. So, you know, it's just, there's just always some bullshit that you have to think about that's so easy to overlook. We kick the Illusionist with the Brewmaster here. Oh, wait a minute. That's not check. Oh my God, that isn't checkmate. It's not checkmate because my Illusionist is already moved. Oh, shoot. Oh my God, I might have just lost the game here because I might have needed the Vizier for defense. Hold up. Oh God. Oh my God. Yeah, because I can swap with their leader. No, I do win. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm having a freaking heart attack here. Okay, so if I kick the Illusionist and swap, then I lose the game because my Brewmaster moved and my Illusionist moved, and then I can't protect my leader. And then also I cannot move my leader for checkmate because then I'd be touching the opponent's leader and one other piece. But if I move my leader here first, and then I Brewmaster the Illusionist here, and then I can swap because then my opponent's leader is the only piece touching my leader, and with the Vizier I commit checkmate. Jesus freaking Christ. Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, that's why even someone rated below 200, you gotta pull out all the stops to survive sometimes. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like it and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.